in your backyard. Crowd was going crazy. Just talk to me about this feeling, get another win at home.
Yeah, it's amazing to get to come back home. We good? Are you waiting on someone? Oh, we're good. It's awesome to get to come back home and put on a performance like that, because you spend 8-10 weeks thinking about this moment. There's a lot of pressure, a lot of buildup. You want to perform for your hometown state, and then, walking out, you hear the roars. So just to get it done, especially coming off a tough fight with Amasov, I needed to prove myself and prove to everyone that that's why I'm ranked number 1 in the world.
Can you talk to me a little bit about immediately after the fight, Brennan kind of protesting the stoppage? What was that interaction like, if any?
I don't know. I mean, I hit him quite a few times. He wasn't doing much. So I don't know. I went in there and did my job.
That you did, and earlier this week you kind of talked about your path to get back to the champion. What's next? Where do you go from here?
For me, this is my second fight in the last 5 months. So I was staying active, and there's a big thing in this sport of getting back in that locker room, going through the pressure, and doing that walk. And so for me, I felt good. I felt good in there tonight. I felt at home. And so, gosh, I don't know. We'll see what happens. MVP's a free agent. Jason Jackson, is a teammate of mine. Me and Amasov, that's my only losses are to him. One guy who I think right now might be pound for pound best in any division, in any promotion. I mean, so that's one I want to get back. And that was a good start tonight.
Hi, Patrick Dana with Combat Sports UK. So Brennan showed a lot of really good takedown defense tonight and was able to get up a lot early on. So is that something you expected, or did you think that his ground game was a little bit maybe worse than it was?
No, I knew he was going to be explosive. I knew he was athletic. I think he stuffed maybe a shot right away, but it's those second, I stayed calm in there, front head, kind of got to my scrambles, and I mean, the dude hits hard, so you have to play it smart. You have to stick to a game plan. And so I kind of got the timing. I got his rhythm, and I was able to get to my takedowns.
So what are your thoughts on your teammate, Michael Blockus, picking up a big first-round TKO?
It's a big moment for him. It's his first time. Not very many people get in a cage and fight another human. Just not very many people do that. And so when you first walk in there, it's a weird feeling. And for him to get over that hump, it's really big for him.
So you had the second loss to Amasov in your last fight. Obviously, it might take a little bit of a mental toll on you when you have a second loss to someone. Do you feel like you gained a little bit of yourself back with this win?
Yeah, this was big. But it was big to get back to my finishing ways. This is my 4th main event in a row. I fought 75 minutes in the cage since February of 22. Started with Gracie. So this is scheduled for another 5-round fight. So I've gotten a lot of experience in the last 2 years, year and a half. So I'm continuing to grow as a fighter, and I'm ready to, get back and get that belt back.
Matt Zimmer, Sioux Falls Live. Logan, there was a lot of talk going into this fight about his punching power, about your wrestling skills. Looked like you were more than willing to box with him for stretches in both rounds. Was that a little bit, to kind of show him, hey, I'll play that game too. There's not going to be any excuses at the end of this fight?
Yeah, I mean, like I said before, I fought the best in the world. Went from Gracie to MVP to Amasov twice. I can stand with anybody in the world. I'm just, I like to get to my positions. And so tonight I had to stay in there, show them my fakes, make them wrestle, get them tired, and, that's what I did. So I know I can stand in there and take punches from anybody in the world.
Sam, Dakota News Now Sports. You're 6-0 now at the Pentagon. What does it mean to kind of come out here and get another win here and hear all the Logan chants, and really, how special is that?
It's a special moment. It's unlike anything else, especially when you get that win. It's special. And South Dakota is my home. I'm born and raised 2 hours and 15 minutes in Webster, South Dakota on a farm. I'm a farm kid, and so to come out and get to be on Showtime and fight in front of fans worldwide, that's not very many people get to do that, and yet alone to come back in South Dakota and do that, that's a big deal.
Well, how much do you like fighting here at the Pentagon?
You know, leading up, there's always pressure to come back home, and you want to perform so well because of that. But when it's over, now that it's over, it's amazing. You know, I get to go see my family, my friends, all my supporters, and get to stay at home for 2 weeks and relax.
What's up, Logan? Congrats on the win. You got your 2 sisters behind me, your parents. What does it mean to be able to fight in front of your loved ones here in Sioux Falls?
Yeah, it's a weird, I'm sure it's a weird experience for them to sit cage side and watch your family member fight, you know. I've been in some battles with Gracie and MVP, and the Amasa fight cut up and beat up, and, you know, 2 of them were wins, 1 was a loss, and it's, you know, my body's fine. It's just, you know, I know that they felt the hurt just as much as me, if not more. And so I always want to go out there, I want to perform, and I want to make them proud.
You were talking about a potential next opponent. I think you and Neiman Gracie was such an exciting fight. Would that one interest you? I know it doesn't make complete sense, but it was so fun. You said it was fun.
For me, no, not right now. You know, not that it's kind of taking a risk going and fighting a number 7 ranked guy who's a dangerous guy, who finishes 71% of people, you know, or 71% of his wins, or something like that. But he knocks a lot of people out and finishes everyone, and he's ranked number 7. And I went and fought him on 5 months after that fight. So for me, it's to fight for the belt or fight a top 2 guy.
You had Robbie here with you, Robbie Lawler, of course, Coach Jason Strout. How much did they help you in the lead up to this, and what does it mean to be able to bring that W back to them?
Yeah, obviously I got to be out in Vegas for Robbie's last fight. A legend of the sport. That does something for me mentally. When I was a young kid, you're walking around with Robbie Lawler. That's pretty cool as a 24-year-old fighter. Robbie Lawler's in your corner. Not very many people get to do that. And then for Robbie and my relationship to grow as one of my closest friends, so I got to be in his corner for his last one. And every time he's in my corner, you know, you want to go out there and make him proud. And then Jason Strout, who's been my boxing coach for the last few years, has really helped me take to the next level. Wayne Hoganson, me and him spent a lot of time this camp of getting myself back to who I was mentally. And me and him had pretty much exactly what happened planned. And since for a long time, there's a lot of notes written down of almost that exact moment with that exact time. So it's pretty cool. That's why my emotion was so high, is that we did a lot of visualizing and getting my confidence not back. It was always there, but to really, truly, you know, seeing that moment before it even happened. And I think that's what we did for this fight.
I promised a lot of people before tonight that I wouldn't mention Mount Rushmore again, but I have to. You left yourself off the Mount Rushmore of South Dakota athletes earlier this week. With a couple more wins, you think you'll find yourself on that mountain?
Yeah, I got to go. I guess for me, there's a lot of great athletes from this state and a lot of important people. I think for me to go put myself on that list, I got to go win a belt and defend it a couple times. And I think the state of South Dakota would be really proud of me if I did that. And so right now I'm going to leave myself off of that.
I think they're already really proud of you, but I know what you mean. Last thing, of course, South Dakota, born and raised, you got your family here, a bunch of friends. How do you plan on celebrating this big victory, man?
I think for me it's just to go say thank you to everyone that, you know, spent their money to come watch me travel, and stay, you know, it's a late night, and so it means a lot for me, for them to all be here, and I got to go say thank you to every one of them.
Thank you, man.
Thanks.
You and Brennan had a moment immediately after the fight. What did you guys talk about, like in that moment?
For me, it was just saying thanks for coming to South Dakota and taking this fight, and kind of what I told him is he's one of the most dangerous, if not the most dangerous guy I fought, and I knew that, and I let him know that, and so for me to go get a victory was pretty awesome, and I was, you know, I just want to say thanks for taking the fight.
Were you aware that he'd obviously hurt his elbow at some point during the fight as well?
I had nothing. I don't know. You know, I know he said something to me, but for me, it doesn't matter. I'm going to win that fight no matter what. And so I'm going to keep fighting my style, and it is what it is.